So this week's open workshop is going to be over corner boosts. I know everybody is so excited to learn the sacred tech. The corner boosts are pretty simple in nature, but in actual mechanical like execution, they're not super easy, right? So a lot of this class today is just going to be a lot of actually just practicing and answering questions for when you can't do it, rather than explaining how exactly they work. So I will explain how they work initially, so we get an idea and a baseline of how to actually do corner boosts. And then once we kind of start to get them down roughly, then we'll start to move on. But again, the corner boosting took me a long time. Mind you, I've been playing this game since corner boost got discovered, back when they used to give you like double the height and double the velocity. So don't feel bad if you don't hit them. It's not super easy. And this is going to be more of a niche tech that is going to help you guys when you get a little bit more upgraded in your rotations. But once your rotations are starting to get worked on, you kind of reach a limit to where if you don't know how to hit certain tech, then it's not going to help you as much than other situations. And also, corner boosts are just cool, right? It's finally we get to do some cool stuff for the movement stuff. So I hope you guys will find that it's worth the wait. So we'll begin over this side of the map right here. Because this is the easiest place to actually do your first corner boost. And I'll also explain the distinctions between corner and edge boosts. I know that they are confusing. I've been lassoed. Yes, I should be. Let me also enable my keyboard. So when you corner boost, you're essentially just doing a wall jump, right? So mind you, corner boost are when you fall onto it, right? So we'll explain it in a second. But the main distinctions between corner and edge boosts are on walls like this, vertical walls. And kind of an easy way to remember is that you are jumping on the edge of a wall, right? And then corner boosts, you're falling into the corner. I know it's confusing. You'll probably get it mixed up. Everybody gets them mixed up. Yeah, a lot of people say that, but Yoshi in his divine understanding has already named corner boosts, and edge boosts are not named yet. So yeah, there's a command that I probably should have done the due diligence to remember. That actually shows you if you can or can't corner boost. I might look that up once we get to the practice part. But essentially, when you look at a corner boost, you're looking to fall onto essentially a ledge, right? Fall into a corner. The easiest one that you can do are the ones on these walls. And then obviously the most difficult ones are the ones that you just do it on any sort of mesh that meets a corner. I can't do it right now because I'm bad at the game. But when you're looking to actually do a corner boost, you can walk off this platform and strafe into the wall. I know strafing may not be super easy to do for everybody, but essentially you're just trying to aim yourself without pressing W into the wall here. And once you land on it, you will notice there's two distinct noises that you get. If you do it correctly, you will get a whoosh noise like the air vent, and if you don't do it correctly, you'll get a regular wall jump noise. So I'm not actually even doing it correctly right now. Movement LARPer, turns out. There we go. But you want to be doing your initial corner boost off of these ledges on the I guess like this little pit area, because they're the most useful places that you'll actually be able to hit them, and the most consistent, right? So once we get a decent feel for like what it feels like to actually hit one, we can move on from there. But hitting a correct corner boost, or even like a half-assed one, the half-assed one still sounds like a wall jump, but you still get some height. You should be able to land all the way over like where the urn spawns fairly easily. Is anyone not getting it right now or not understanding? No worries. So correct. So when you fall, you'll notice that you like stop for a second, right? Essentially, right when you stop is when you're looking to press spacebar. But there are some better places to show it actually too. So if you don't get it right there, I can also show some other. These are probably the best places to practice them are on these to get the timing down. Welcome. But when you go onto these railings here, you want to buffer a mantle. So we'll go over how exactly to practice corner boosts on all of these on these railings. Yeah. So no worries. It takes time. Again, this is gonna be we're all gonna be sitting here trying to hit a corner boost all day. This is what this class is gonna be, but it's the best way to do it. So when you are looking to mantle a ledge like this, you want to light melee and hold spacebar as you light melee. You have now buffered a mantle input. So you can walk around like normal after, and you can keep space held. So if you look at my screen, you can see how space is held right now. Still held, still hold, still held, whatever. Because you can't jump during a light melee. But the moment that I walk into this and hold W, I mantle, right? Even with space still pressed, I'm mantling over it. Right, so that's the first thing you want to do. Light melee, and then walk into it with space held. And you'll notice that once you go over, you will fall over. Yeah, don't hold Q, just tap Q. And then hold spacebar. We should be able to get more or less the ability to do that now. All you gotta do is just light melee once and then hold spacebar afterwards. Probably because you're not looking directly at the fence. Look straight on. The angle at which you mantle is very important. Yeah. Yeah, you will mantle. Maybe. And this is specific to just these fences. It is not the same for every other geometry, but this is the most consistent, most easiest way to actually line up your corner boost. Because you can't mantle, yeah. Correct. So you just want to buffer is what the term is called. You buffer a mantle input, so you are still holding spacebar, and you don't jump over it. Instead, you walk into it with W, and then you will automatically mantle. So once we can do that, then you're going to look to hit a corner boost afterwards. So this is like the perfect way to line yourself up for a corner boost. And also, you can technically do it on the fence up here as well. Like I'm sure you guys may have seen at some point, oh, how to get to buffs without any stamina or whatever, right? It's the same concept. You're just doing it off of a regular mantle. So like you can do it on the side, but you can't do it on the enemy side. But the idea is that whenever you mantle, there's a small time to where you start falling. You want to wait till you start falling, and then the moment that you stop. So it's gonna take some time for you to realize where that timing's at. But essentially the moment where you stop, or like right before you stop, hitting the mesh, is when you want to press spacebar. So if you do it too early, you'll double jump. If you do it too late, you won't get a good boost, or you may just completely bonk off of it anyways. So you're looking for it's this corner boost right here. And you will be able to tell if you did it correctly with it giving you that little whoosh noise, right? So you will hear a whoosh sound. It sounds exactly like the air vents. If you do it slightly too late, you'll still get a regular wall jump noise. And if you do it too early again, you'll get just a regular wall or air jump. Now, mind you, corner boosts, when routing, are going to take a lot of knowledge on strafes, or at least comfortability with strafes. The earner is going to be yapping. That's fine. You hit them in a row by being good at the game and practicing nothing but it, and exploring my sea all the time. Like, people who are able to hit these corner boosts constantly are always in exploring my sea. Like, I have not played this game low key in in like 2 weeks now. I literally played one placement match yesterday, and it was the most I've played this game in a while. So I'm not able to hit corner boost after corner boost, but I can still hit corner boosts in general because I have practiced them for so long that they are muscle memory, right? Understanding where your character is respectfully in the world really helps you understand how you should be placing yourself, and the ability to recognize that is what allows you to then strafe into where you need to be. This urn is fucking yapping, bro. Let's see. Anyways, the character that you pick is also going to change what it feels like to hit corner boost. So if I play Abrams, or like I'll play Mirage or something, the other heroes that you play are going to change on how they feel. And the reason why that is something I'll get into in a second here. But essentially, I'd recommend that you guys play the heroes that you're comfortable with playing. Don't play Holiday or whatever, because I'm playing Holiday. You should play heroes that you're familiar with. Because things will feel different. Like Rem has a much harder time with mantles because of his hitbox compared to other heroes. Like, I'm pretty sure he can still corner boost, but it's just different, right? Because his hitbox is much, much smaller. But you can still hit corner boost just fine, right? Just actually knowing where that is. So let's go over why exactly that changes. And we'll go over the mechanical aspect of that. So when you are corner boosting, I'll put make it look nice, whatever. When you're corner boosting, the mechanical aspect of what's happening is essentially that your bounding box, now don't worry too much about if you don't know what a bounding box is just yet. Essentially, your character will always have this box that's surrounding them that looks essentially like a capsule. You may have seen these in Unreal Engine, or if you have Kovacs, then you've probably seen the little capsules that run around. There's a reason why they are this shape. But in game design, most recently, your bounding boxes are going to be capsules like this. So let me group this together. So essentially, this is your character. This see that you are like, go back to Holiday. I'll say Holiday is this right here, right? This is a corner I'm landing on, right? So your bounding box, mind you, is different than hitboxes. Like the hitbox for Holiday, you know, she has a head hitbox. She has like this mesh entirely. Like the character herself is actually cut up into like different boxes. So like her head hitbox is like a box like this, right? And then like a shoulder hitbox probably, and then like a abdomen, arms, whatever. That's for when you're shooting, right? So if someone were to try and shoot your hero, there is a hitbox that tells you, hey, if you are shooting, tell the game that you have connected a shot if you hit this box with a bullet, right? That's what a hitbox is, but your bounding box is completely different. Your bounding box is essentially what dictates what you are touching in the world, right? So when you are walking into a wall, right, and I'm walking into this wall right here, the bounding box is what dictates if I'm touching the world at all. It's not um, what your hitboxes are. So your bounding box is what matters when it comes to movement. So understanding that you are essentially just a capsule running around the map at all times can also help you understand what exactly you're touching. Now, whenever you crouch on the ground, it changes size, right? It will change size, essentially cutting it slightly in half. It's like this small instead of this small, right? It kind of changes. And this changes for all. This is a pretty consistent for all Source games, though. Like Team Fortress 2, for example, is actually actual boxes instead of capsules, which is why they're called bounding boxes. Because in earlier video games, they used to be just actual rectangles and stuff. But yes, like what Kid said, they are exactly the Kovacs pills essentially, and the reason why Kovacs pills are because this idea, but it's mostly for like projectiles. So like in TF2, for example, if anybody is familiar with Team Fortress 2, Demo Man, the guy that shoots little grenades all over the place, his connections actually go off of bounding boxes and instead of hitboxes, right? So if you're shooting projectiles, and I'm sure there's probably projectiles in this game that also work off of bounding boxes instead. Like Bebop, for instance. I'm going to yoink a holiday here. Stand still. So we're gonna look. Bebop hits his hooks, I believe, off of bounding boxes. So if you aim this far out, right, I still hit you, right? Because the bounding box is what I'm hitting. It's also just bullshit because Bebop is Bebop, but at the same time, you are hitting with a bounding box, right? Instead of hitting the actual hitbox, which is why sometimes you'll see like hooks, damn, that felt like bullshit or whatever, right? Because you're hitting more than just the hitbox. You're hitting the bounding box instead. The bounding box is slightly larger than your hitbox most of the time. But I'm sure there's other abilities here that also go off of similar things. I bet like Graves minions probably proc off of the bounding box and some other stuff, right? But your bounding box is what it collides with the world as well. So it's not just hit detection, it's also collisions. So if I walk into this wall, I stop, right? I don't know if there's any like short walls that I can really show when your bounding box gets smaller, but the idea is that you have to understand that your bounding box looks essentially like this. So when you are looking to jump off of a wall, right, you are on the wall, you press spacebar, and you bounce off, right? Pretty simple. You jump onto a wall, you bounce off, right? Like everybody has done this before. Bam, wall boost, wall jump, right? Jump off. So when you land on a corner, you're actually adding together the velocity of this wall and this wall at the same time because you are on this corner. Essentially, instead of whenever you walk into a wall and boost off of it, you are instead redirecting that boost into upward momentum, right? So instead of the small little addition that you get, and you see how it knocks you out so much farther, right? I'm not putting any inputs here. It sends you out relatively far. When you go for a corner boost, it actually sends you flying in a different direction. You see, I actually hit a bad boost here compared to a good one, and you can see there's like levels to how bad your corner boost can be, as opposed to a perfect corner boost like that. And we'll get to as to why that happens in a second. But essentially, when you're hitting a corner boost, you're looking to hit exactly the corner of a mesh. These are just they're odd, right? They're awkward. They don't have like a very obvious corner. And you can technically go off of like, when you're doing rotations, you can actually jump off this part. Okay, maybe not that part. There's like a ledge right here. You can see this ledge, instead of going off the top of this, going off the bottom one is much easier. Yeah, that's the command. Thank you, Corrupted. There we go. Oh wait, this is for hitboxes. Do you have the one for Bounty boxes, corrupted. Yeah, thank you. But this is essentially the hitboxing I was talking about, right? So you can see how I was talking earlier. Like Holiday has hitboxes on her head, right? Actually, she's completely made of capsules instead of hitboxes because boxes used to be the norm, and then capsules became the norm after the fact. But essentially, if I were to shoot, you know, if I'm on the enemy team and I were to shoot like right here, even though it's above the hat, it would still do headshot damage, right? Or like I guess you can even maybe shoot the barrel. I don't know. Um, but like even if it's not quite here, you can still shoot off the side and it'll still hit, right? So like if you guys are familiar with the Apollo change, if somebody can swap to Apollo real quick, I can explain here too. Apollo's old hitboxes used to be like his waist used to be a lot smaller. I believe it used to like go like it actually used to be exactly to where his waist was. Yeah, he was snatched. And I think his legs were a little smaller too. So he was super hard to hit, right? He was like a very hard character to hit. So people were having trouble actually shooting him. So yeah, I think Celeste had the same thing, right? So her center mass is a lot larger than before. Also, her ponytail has a hitbox, but it's not a headshot hitbox. That's interesting. Um, yeah, and you can see him as well. Oh, there we go. Yeah, his yeah. I'm definitely that's what I'm looking at. Let me see. Let me put the command in. Oh, the other command in. So even the command calls it a bounding box, right? So these are there we go. No way, it's actually a square. They should be capsules though. I don't know why they're squares, but it's still the same idea. Um, this makes it easier for me to explain then. So whenever you hit like walls, you can see this wall is technically larger than it actually is, right? So even having this out is very helpful. Corrupted, if you wouldn't mind, would you be able to find the corner boost command? There's a command that shows you if you can or can't hit a corner boost, and I think that one shows you to the capsule. If you don't mind, I'm gonna send you another chase. But even still, you can see bounty boxes here. Nice. Styro, if you had the corner boost, epic and cool. But yeah, like this even would probably still help you guys realize what exactly you're looking to hit. But there's a command that shows capsules and corner boost somewhere. It actually tells you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. That should be it. That should be it. Yes, here we go. Okay. I think the bounding box is still for hit detection. This is for wall detection. So there you go. So you guys can see there's like a huge command here, corner boost vector 00011, whatever, right? And as I walk into it, it even shows me a line of where I'm gonna jump once I corner boost. This is what I was looking for. Thank you, Corrupted. So this is a little bit more technical, but this is why we were going off of different stuff. But you can see even when I'm crouching, how much smaller the bounding box gets. Mind you, this is not for hit detection. This is for like walking into stuff detection, right? So you can see I'm walking into this. Oh, everyone? Okay, cool. It's a little difficult to see, I know, but you should be able to notice how there's a bottom corner to this capsule, and that's what I'll start talking about next. So this is the capsule I was talking about. Be gone. Oh, where's my selector? So this is the capsule I was talking about. You're looking to aim your capsule to hit like right here. You want to hit kind of on the bottom half of the capsule instead of up here. So when you hit a bad corner boost, you are hitting like this, if I can select it. You're hitting like right about like here, like too low, right? So this is like a late corner boost. And the earlier your corner boost is, the better, because you may notice like if I were to jump out right here, it would be like this way, right? So if I hit a bad corner boost, you guys may have realized or noticed that I went like this way, outward instead, closer to how the wall boosts are or what wall jumps are. But when I hit a corner boost correctly, it's like kind of right here instead. Like it's a very small difference, right? But when you hit it perfectly, it sends you in a much better angle, right? It may send you either diagonally, or if you strafe, it'll send you like directly up, right? So hitting it exactly perfectly is what you're looking to do. which is why it's so difficult to actually hit corner boost all the time, because it requires you to hit like a near frame perfect, I need to hit this exactly every time or I won't hit it, right? So actually doing it is a different thing than understanding how it happens, which is why which is why this class is going to be a lot of just explaining how it is over and over again. But I hope that this little bounty box thing can show you guys a little bit better on what exactly you're looking for in terms of what a corner boost is. And you can even see that it shows you your vector when you're about to hit a corner boost. Yeah, it's not super easy to see, but you're essentially just getting a feel for hitting this right here. Like, you're looking to honestly hit it like right here when you hit the corner. And you can do off of literally any ledge in the game, by the way. It doesn't have to be down here. It could be off of whatever you want. But the most consistent are just these down here because they're easier and they like pre-line you up because you can just like strafe into the wall. If you look at the F7 menu, there is a connect available. You just paste that into your console. Let me put the ending bracket on it for you too. No worries. Yeah, I use personal servers because I don't have access to the DevWorks ones or anything. Yeah, and Corrupted is bringing up a good point. So essentially, when you're hitting a corner boost, it actually tells you when you're like landing on the ground, right? So you can see how many ticks a corner boost is available for. But you're looking to hit the corner boost on the server tick rather than your frame ticks. So the difference between ticks, is it 60 ticks on Deadlock? I don't remember how many ticks per second there is in Deadlock, but yeah, we'll go off the assumption that it's 60 ticks per second. But essentially, you are looking to press spacebar the same server tick as you have available to hit a corner boost, right? So there's essentially a window when you can hit a corner boost, right? So if your capsule is touching like here, all the way down to like here-ish, there's like a small gap to where you're actually like good to hit it. So let me see if I can put even an example. I'll put like a little window right here, right? You're looking to hit like right here-ish, right? I guess like up here is worse. Then like right here is okay. And the green is the best, right? Is kind of what you're looking for. So the green is like a lot smaller technically because of how it works when you're going quick, right? Let me see if I can add this all together. There we go. So when you land on a corner, you want to hit like right here, so you go straight up. If you hit like right here, you get like a kind of an okay corner boost, and you get a bad one if you go this way, right? So being able to feel it out in game is really the only way I can really explain. You guys just have to feel it out. You have to hit a good one, then you have to hit a bad one, and you have to hit an okay one, and you kind of understand what it feels like. And technically, hitting bad ones can be useful, right? They can be helpful in very specific scenarios, but it's hard for you to actually like intentionally pick whether or not you're hitting a good one or a bad one. You should be just always looking to hit a good corner boost. Bebop does work. It's just that Bebop is a fat chud, and his bounty box feels weird because it's like different. Yeah. So you can see Bebop's bounty box is actually much larger than Holiday. So let's see if I can compare. We'll say that it goes up to like this line right here. Yeah, you don't look at the feet. You're looking at the bounding box, right? So go a little lower whenever you're actually trying to hit a corner boost, right? So let yourself fall a little bit longer, right? It's not the feet that you're looking to hit, it's the bounding box you're looking to hit, right? So it doesn't matter that those feet are outside the bounding box. I know they are outside, like fairly so. Like there's a lot of characters that are, so I think Abrams is like that too. Yeah, you can see like see how far Abram's legs are outside of the bounding box. It's the bounding box that you want to hit. It's not the legs that you want to hit, right? Don't look at where your character, uh, like where your character visually is. You want to look at where your bounding box is, right? So I'm able to hit these corner boosts on Abrams just fine, but that's only because I'm familiar with the bounding boxes of where they are on most heroes, right? But your corner boosts are going to be different for every hero, so you have to you have to just get comfortable, right? With yeah, a lot of characters you don't have like very great bounding boxes. And I'll show Rim next, so you guys can kind of see. Rim has the smallest bounding box in the game by like by a large margin. So he actually has some issues with doing jumps and stuff, right? So whenever he mantles, I actually don't even need to put in a light melee to mantle because he's so short. He's just a silly little goober, right? I still can, right? It doesn't matter if I do or don't. But hitting the corner boosts on him feel different, and he gets a lot less height because his jumps are smaller. And his bounty box is just tiny, right? Like it's very, very small. Yeah, Rim can be easier to do, but again, he's the only one in the game that has a bounty box like this. So if you're learning Rim movement, it's going to be Rim specific, and that's pretty consistent for most characters at the game. That your bounty box is relatively character specific. They may like copy paste some on some characters, but you are going to have to learn on really any hero what it feels like to do movement, which is why I recommend that whenever you guys are learning movement, that you practice on the heroes that you play, not on Holiday, right? I just picked Holiday because it's the hero that I play. Even though she's in a high dash bucket, it doesn't really change a whole lot in terms of like I can still do the same tech on every hero. That's because I've practiced most of the heroes in the game in terms of movement, right? So I guess this would be a good time for question and answer, I suppose, because corner boosts are not easy. So if anybody has any questions, I'll gladly answer. Go ahead. Yeah, it's actually the same case with all lampposts in this game. You can actually walk into them very easy. There is a rotation. That's not it. There's a rotation somewhere that you can like. There we go. Yeah, you can. But yeah, there's rotations that actually abuse that the fact that lampposts don't actually exist correctly. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. But yeah, like feel free to use that to your advantage, right? Things that people don't know. Actually, that reminded me. There's this rotation. That's a good question. Let's find a cube and do it. I don't think you do though. Are you talking about air vent or these? Um, I don't believe that you do. I think it just gives you a raw corner boost. Um, it'd be cool if it did though. Yeah. Essentially, the thing that you're abusing is the fact that your wall boost is not going this way and sending you this way. It's sending you off of the corner instead. So you get a lot of extra momentum because it's not you're not wasting a lot of your speed by going outward. You're actually adding to your speed vertically directly, so you get a lot of vertical momentum out of it. But I do believe corner boosts actually give you extra velocity than you would normally get, solely because I think that they were designed to do so, right? There's some like weird jank in the code that did it, and it used to be even more. Back in old Deadlock, there was a truck relatively here-ish on the map. Back when Cornerboost got discovered, but the vents of it were actually facing this way, if I remember correctly, and you could corner boost super easily off of it. I don't know if you really do it so easy nowadays, at least not in this truck, but there are certain vents on the trucks that you can actually corner boost off very easy. There's one in the practice range that you can do as well, but that's what I actually used to practice on. I don't think you can do them so much anymore, but that was, again, many patches ago. But the point is that you were actually, you were actually able to get a corner boost. Like old height would actually bring you from here all the way up to there off of old height, right? But now you don't get quite that much. Even off of like this, see, I don't even get all the way up. I still have to do some extra movement to get up. But the actual physical mechanics of corner boost, the closest that you really need to understand of it is essentially that you just get a fuckload more velocity directly up if you hit it correctly. That's the most important thing. And you can, again, with the bad boost, you can technically angle your corner boost a little bit, but it is not easy, right? It's not easy to intentionally go for a bad one, but you can see I go much farther than if I were to hit a perfect one in this situation specifically, because it's better to move vertically, or horizontally, I mean, in this situation specifically. But again, actually being able to do the nuances of hitting a bad boost versus a good boost is not easy or viable in a regular game, right? So for now, corner boosts are the most handy. Like will do corner boosts on this rotation almost all the time, where you come off the vent, you hit that one, then you hit that one, right? To rotate it really quickly. It's good for preserving momentum that you already have, right? So edge boosts are good for generating velocity. Corner boosts are good for maintaining velocity and staying hard to hit, right? Because whenever I'm playing Holiday and I'm like super awesome and cool and I can't get hit or whatever, hitting corner boosts are great ways to continue my movement much farther, right? Like if I can't hit corner boosts, I can't get all the way from over there to all the way over here in a smooth motion, right? But they are admittedly very important that you understand how strafing works, but we will go over strafing at some point later, because strafing honestly by itself is like a multi-class like deep dive essentially to understand how strafing works and actually start to do it correctly, which I may do before too long, but I think I'll probably end up doing edge boosts next, and then doing strafing, because again, strafing is just a very like difficult concept to teach in one class. I did it on session 1, but even still it was like not enough. It was just an introductory. Corner boosts for me took a decent amount of time. Maybe like, I mean, I don't even know. I mean, as long as it took for me to play the game, really. I mean, I'm always getting better at them, right? Like, I don't even think that I'm really that great at hitting them all the time, because I will still miss them. But I mean, I'll be honest, as long as you put in like 15 minutes of just trying to hit corner boosts, of practice in Explore MYC, you will be able to hit them consistently. If you just mess around in Explore MYC and just go for corner boost when you can, then it will help. Hello, Narnia. Fashionably late as ever. But yes, I will say the most simple one to practice is going to be the one that brings you to Bridge Buff, like how the sniffer says. But yeah, like learning how to do it off of these fences are going to be the most useful thing that you can do right now. And then once that becomes comfortable and you understand the timing of it and you understand where your character should be sitting, then you can start thinking about actually hitting the crazier stuff, right? Like you don't have to be doing the holiday rotation of like running old earn run, where you like bounce off of every corner all the way down to the other side of the map, right? The most important thing is that you understand how they work so that you can implement them into your movement later on, right? But getting the baseline, getting the foundation of it is going to be important, so I can actually teach other rotations later on. Now, you're not actually going to be hitting corner boost every rotation. Not very important to do so either. But there are times where corner boost can help you get out of a sticky situation that you otherwise may not have been able to do, right? Or will help you rotate around the map a little faster than you would have otherwise done, without wasting as much stamina, right? The biggest thing of a corner boost is essentially that the massive boost that you get to your velocity and height. I'm being stolen. The massive boost that you get from your velocity and height is only a wall boost away, right? Or a wall jump away. So that means that it either costs literally 0 stamina or it costs half a stamina, as opposed to doing a regular jump that gives you very, very little, right? So that's what you're looking to take advantage of, is to stay stamina efficient. Because half a stamina saved or spent is better than a full stamina used, right? Especially if you can use it in the same, to get to the same place that you would have otherwise not have gotten to. All right, where are you at? Let's do a little deep dive real quick. Come on the right side of the map, and we'll workshop it specifically. Let's see what you do. This you? All right. Let me swap to Mina. So you should be able to see the capsule around your Mina, right? Okay. So, do you know how to do the mantle yet? Okay. Light melee once, hold spacebar at the same time. Yeah, all you gotta do is just tap light melee and then hold spacebar afterwards. Don't even worry about mantling yet. I just want you to tap Q and hold spacebar. That's all I want you to do. You don't have to tap it more than once. Just tap spacebar or hold spacebar after you tap Q. That's it. That's all you do. Don't spam it. Don't. Hold on. There's a ball. Don't worry about it. All I want you to do is just tap Q, hold spacebar. Are you now holding spacebar? Okay. Walk into it with W, you will mantle, right? You have to look on it. You have to look at it dead on. Right? Tap Q, hold spacebar, walk into it, right? Now you should be able to actually walk over it and mantle over it, right? Don't even worry about hitting spacebar afterwards. Let yourself fall. See what it feels like. Don't hold W, just press W when you mantle and just let yourself fall. See what it feels like. Look directly at it. You want to be perpendicular. Directly straight on and let yourself fall. Yep. I don't know. There probably is a command to see building collisions. Yeah, look, you want to look directly at it, like literally perpendicular, look directly on, right? Press Q, hold spacebar. Walk into it with W, let yourself fall. Don't hold W after you mantle. There you go. You're still holding W when you mantle afterwards though. Just let go of W, you will automatically walk over, right? So as you start doing that, you'll notice that you like stop for a second, right? Like as you fall, you bump into something, right? Well, because you're not looking directly at it is why. You got to look directly 100, like 90 degrees perpendicular from the wall. You need to walk directly into it. Yeah, just like this. Like you don't even have to walk away. You can do it right here, right? And then don't do it on the banister here. Do it right here, on any part of the. Do it on any part of the ledge here. We'll go over to this over here. Hmm. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't work very well on diagonals. Sports games are not very happy with diagonals. There you go. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So you see how you like stop for a second as you were falling? Yeah, don't press any other buttons. Just let yourself fall. Yep. There you go. So so the timing is right before you were to intersect. Oh, my game crashed. No, it didn't. Okay. Hold on. Let me clear entities. This may kill some people, but that's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. Um, so essentially the timing you're looking for is the moment. Man, that didn't even help. My frames are dying. uh, oh wait, I had to like turn. Remember now, I had to turn Trooper back on and turn back off. There we go. Okay. All right, so what you're looking for, once you let yourself fall, you want to press spacebar the moment that you were to hit the wall, right? So the timing is you want to press spacebar before you hit the mesh, right? So before you stop falling. It's like literally the frame before. So it's going to take some time to understand the timing, but once you get it, then you'll feel it out. And then you'll hit it every time. And again, you can do this on any fence ever. So take a part of the fence that someone's not at so they can see. There you go. Okay. You're understanding it now. Are you feeling it now, Mr. Krabs? Bro. Oh, no. You're the Mina right here, right? Next to the lash. I mean, you're doing it to me. I don't. It looks like you just did it. I don't. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're chilling now. Yeah. We get it. We understand it now. All right. Anybody else not understanding it? Yeah, no. The geometry in this game is actual dogshit dookie ass, which is why you will hear a lot of movement players complain about the geometry in this game. And by that I mean me, because there's a lot of places on this map where corner boosts just aren't correct to where they should be. Namely, like, yeah, like for example, I implore all of you to try and hit a corner boost off of this fucking roof and meet me in 5 to 10 business days, because it's not where you think it is. There are a lot of places in this map where corner boosts feel weird, which is why I also implore you to explore MyZ as much as you physically can. Dude, just hop in it when it's fun. When it's no longer fun, then you can leave. Yes, you should heart exploring. This corner right here. Boost off of this edge. I dare you. You will not get it first try. And this is a big part of like feeling movement. This is a big part of why I suggest that people practice movement and understand it, because this is just something that you just have to understand in your heart of hearts. You just have to feel what the movement feels like. Yeah. It feels yucky. Yeah, it feels weird, doesn't it? It feels like shit. So understanding the map, yeah, no, it's not gonna feel good. You're not gonna hit it. If you do, then good job, right? There's a lot of places this it makes the whoosh noise. Makes the best noise in the game. The little whoosh. Nope. When you do a wall jump, but it's like an air vent noise. When you hit the air vent, it's the same noise. Yeah. And there's a lot of places on this map that do this same exact thing, right? So yeah, but the thing is that you can do these corner boosts off of literally any edge of the map. The thing is you have to understand what the edges are, right? So this is why this is yeah, this is why this is kind of a you know more of an advanced topic, but I wanted to go over it because I'm sure that everybody wanted to learn them at some point. So I was like, you might as well get it out of the way and see why um it's not the most conducive thing to learning. It is really a you need to practice as a fuckload before it becomes natural, and even then you're still gonna miss them. Um, but yes, corner boosts are going to be something that you just have to practice. But now you guys know how to do a corner boost. Now it's just where do you practice them, right? So being able to throw these corner boosts into rotations is obviously super important, but we'll go over that later. I'll say at least now you guys actually know how to do them, so we can start to later on implement them when we start actually running in our like edge boosts, rotations. When you go off the air vent, you can hit the other one to like go to the urn, all that stuff, right? But I thought it was important to teach corner boosting because everybody wants to know how to corner boost, right? They want to be the Bua masters. So figure why not. Edge boosts are on the corner of a building. Yes. Yeah. No, it sucks. Um. Yes. More. Yeah. More specifically, when you fall onto a connection, that is a corner boost. When you walk into like the importance of the preposition of it, right? So when you are onto it, corner boost. When you're into it, edge boost, right? Um, yeah, which it should really be called. Like these really should be called edge boosts because there's already something as the Viscous explained. There is something called edge bugging in Source, where essentially you fall off of an edge and you like in Counter Strike and TF2 and stuff, you would like fall onto an edge very weirdly and you take 0 fall damage, right? It's actually kind of important to be able to hit them, but they're like super rare, so you're never actually going to hit them. But it can help you from like taking fall damage, right? But they're called yeah. But they're called edge bugs, right? So understandably, it makes a lot of sense why they would be called edge bug or edge boosts, but they just aren't. And it's stupid. No, that I'm talking about CS:GO and TF2. But edge boosts exist in every game, right? In every Source game, rather. So like there are edge bugs in this game. I can't remember off the top of my head to actually where you can actually hit one, so I'm not gonna even try. But there are edge bugs that you can hit, and they require some very specific stuff. But the important thing is that you like intersect with an edge and you fall off of it in a very weird way. So I don't know why they're not called edge boosts. I'll be honest. They probably should be. But they're called corner boosts, so we just practice it with that understanding. Yeah. or or we say fuck all that and instead just do whatever. And then get Yoshi to add it as a fucking literally the terminology is in the game. It's literally called a corner boost in the game, right? So we can't really change it. Oh yeah, the one where you fall onto. Yes. Um, it's pretty much just going to be corner boost. You can't really edge boost and corner boost at the same time. Just for the way that like the mesh works. So like how we were explaining earlier, you can't fall into a corner like this and it give you extra. It's really just going to give you an edge boost or a corner boost. Sorry. Bye. Um, but yeah. So what's up? Yes, that's a natural thing you can do in every Source game. Yep, you can do it in every Source game. Maybe not CS2 anymore. They may have brought that out, but it's from the Quake days. Yeah, no, it's compy, guys. Yeah, yeah, because this is very conducive. Plus right, plus left, plus up, plus down is super useful, bro. And then you'll bind a plus attack, and you'll be moving around like a fucking tank, bro. Yeah, bro. Because you can't even up the sensitivity of it either, which is funny. Which one was that? The one on the wall? Um, it's really you really just gotta feel it out. I gotta be honest, but you just like fall into it. It lines it up for you. I will admit, like this wall's a little fucky, but you should still get a bunch of velocity out of it, right? Um, it's not gonna give you the whoosh noise very consistently, but like this I guess would be a perfect time to show my favorite way to practice. Uh-huh. Yeah, so when you boost off it and you get an actual boost, that's what I'm talking about, the bad wall jump. Your bad wall jumps will give you a wall jump noise, but it still looks like still looks like a corner boost. That's when you don't get the actual perfect height. That means you're hitting it late or early or whatever. It just means that you're not exactly perfect, but it still is technically a corner boost, right? It just gives you less velocity or sends you more horizontally, which again, like how I said earlier, can be useful, but um, you aren't going to be hitting it consistently. So it's really just, do you adapt to it in the moment and strafe out of it, or like how do you then move your movement after the fact? That's more of a rotation question after that. Um, but I'll show my favorite way to do rotation, or my favorite way to actually practice corner boost. Before we go, so I like to practice here, and this is a really good way to practice strafing too. Where you go from one side to the other. Now my frame rate is really suffering because it's that time of the match, but essentially you just go in a circle and you just corner boost from one side to the other just over and over again, right? And it also helps you strafe. Um, and you can do it on the other side of the map as well if it's too crowded. But essentially, you're just looking to hit a corner boost and then strafe to the other side, hit another corner boost, straight to the other side, right? And then try to not use stamina and stay up in the air as long as physically possible. Um, Now it's easier when you're in Explorer MyC mode because then I actually you'll have your frame rate, but um, this is a very fun way to like practice strafing, practice corner boost. Is just go in a circle as long as you physically can. I think my actual best is like 10 in a row or something like that. Maybe a bit more than that. I don't remember, but and yes, it will feel like you'll. This is a great way to like feel out what a corner boost feels like. And yeah, you'll be more used to strafing one way or the other. Again, you're going to later on practice strafing. We'll go over that later. But strafing again is like it's a whole unit in itself, and honestly, maybe even would take some like, hey, I'm going to recommend that you guys download Momentum mod and learn strafing that way, sort of deal. But again, for now, just feel it out. Never press W in the air and try and strafe around if you can, and just get a feeling for what it feels like to hit corner boosts. This is like my favorite way to practice them, because you can technically infinitely be in the air here. So I used to be able to do two on lower, two up here, and then I'd swap over two up here, and then two down here, and then just like, just have fun with it. Just rotate around, do it best you can. If you can't do it easily, don't worry about it. But this will honestly help you learn what it feels like to fall into a corner boost, and then eventually it will help you with your rotations later on. But that's my favorite way to practice, is to just hop on the walls like this and just go in a circle and just strafe back and forth, strafe back and forth. And that's the best way to tell if you actually hit a good one or a bad one. When you hit a perfect one, you'll hear the air vent whoosh noise, right? As opposed to the wall jump sound. All right, my game is dying, so I think it'd be a good time to stop recording.